Article 370 was abrogated. It was abrogated. And it was finally put to an end because so much time has passed. Subsequently, there was an election in 65% participation in election. There's an elected government in Jammu and Kashmir today. And therefore, for people to want to undo everything that has happened, the prosperity that has come to Kashmir is something which is very, very unfortunate.
A few years ago, we were told that revoking Article 370 would set Kashmir on fire, that valley would erupt in flames, that blood would spill, democracy would die, and India's unity would be questioned. But today, even India's opposition is changing its tone. The very leaders who once slammed the move are now calling it success. Congress veteran and former External Affairs Minister Salman Khurshid has made a stunning admission that the abrogation of Article 370 has brought prosperity to Jammu and Kashmir. Let me quote him: "There is peace and prosperity now, and the issue of separatism are no longer present." This was not said at a BJP rally. This was said in Indonesia at an international roundtable on a foreign platform. A Congress leader said what the ruling party has been saying since 2019. August 5th, 2019, India made a history. Article 370 was scrapped. Jammu and Kashmir was fully integrated into the Indian Union. No more special status, no more two constitutions, no more dual flags. Back then, Congress called it unconstitutional. They called it murder of democracy. Even Salman Khurshid himself had said that Article 370 was a bond between India and Kashmir. But now he says elections were held, that 65% voter turnout proves democracy is alive, that our local government is back in place, that peace has returned. Facts speak louder than politics. In the last 5 years, Kashmir has changed. Record-breaking tourism, 80,000 crore plus worth of investment, zero stone pelting in most districts, crackdown on terror networks, smart cities, expressways, malls, cinema halls, normalcy that was once thought impossible. The same state that once described as a conflict zone is now hosting G20 delegates. Kashmiri girls are winning sports medals, startups are opening in the valley, and yes, schools are running uninterrupted. So what changed? Was it pressure to accept the reality? Or has the ground truth become too evident to deny? Because for years, some opposition leaders sold the idea of Article 370 was untouchable. They said revoking it would lead to chaos. Today, that very chaos is missing. And instead, there is silence, even reluctant acknowledgement.
Kashmir had a major problem for a long time. Much of that was reflected in the thinking of the government in an article called 370 of the Constitution, which somehow gave an impression that it was separate from the rest of the country. But Article 370 was abrogated. It was abrogated. And it was finally put to an end because so much time has passed. Subsequently, there was an election in 65% participation in election. There's an elected government in Jammu and Kashmir today. And therefore, for people to want to undo everything that has happened, the prosperity that has come to Kashmir is something which is very, very unfortunate. And it will give a setback to anybody. And as you know, your part of the world and all the countries in this neighborhood, nobody can be told, give up a part of your sovereignty, give up a part of your country, give up a part of your family. Kashmir and we are family together. Nobody can break up this family, nobody can break up our home. That is the only message we are giving. And the limited exercise we need to do to ensure that our family remains safe is all we did. And for 4 days, and we tried to give a message to Pakistan. Please don't do this adventure. You will not succeed. And I hope that we've been able to give this message.
What's more, Salman Khurshid said this while sitting next to top Islamic scholars and diplomats in Indonesia. He did not just make a political point, he made a global statement. So, is this a soft U-turn from the Congress party? Is this the first crack in the opposition's Article 370 narrative? Because the facts on ground are too loud to ignore. Even former raw officials Security experts and ground reporter agree Kashmir has moved on. The narrative of victimhood has collapsed. Terror sympathizers are on the run. To every politician who said, "Do not touch Article 370, we ask, are you ready to admit you were wrong? Because the people of Kashmir have spoken with their votes, with their peace, and with their trust. India took a bold step in 2019, not for politics, but for permanence. Not to rule Kashmir, but to include it. Salman Khurshid's statement proves one thing. Even those who doubted the decision are now acknowledging its impact, because you can't delay truth, but you can't deny it forever. This is Samaksh Namdev signing off with a reminder to stay always safe. And I will leave you with this thought that the tricolor is no longer needs protection in Kashmir. It flies high because the people choose to raise it. Thank you for watching.